That's weird. Like, that story's weird, right?
Yes.
Which part of it?
Well, where he was, like, talking up his son and saying he should be drafted high, blah, 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 whatever. And then as things are playing out, and obviously, you know, his son had a medical issue and, like, is coming back from that. But as things have played out and people have projected his draft stock falling, now LeBron has pulled a 180, and he's like, why is everybody putting so much pressure on him? He just let him play. And it's like, well, you did this.
Let him be a normal kid.
On March 6th, LeBron tweeted, man, Bronny definitely better than some of these cats I've been watching on League Pass today. Lightweight hilarious.
No pressure.
With laughing emojis. And then yesterday, can y'all please just let the kid be a kid and enjoy college basketball?
He can't be a normal kid, Dan. He's LeBron's son. I mean, I don't know what LeBron is doing here because a guy posted a mock draft, had Bronny going in the second round. And by the way, if I'm the Knicks, I would trade up, get Bronny this year, and I would get LeBron James. I would do that if I'm the Knicks. But a guy did a mock draft, and he had Bronny in the second round, and LeBron commented on that and then deleted the tweet. That's absurd. Like, what are you doing? The reason there's pressure on Bronny is because of you, because you're his dad. And that's okay. It's okay.
But he's added to the pressure with, I want to play with them. Like, basically telling him, get out of college as fast as you can because I
can play with you. Yeah.
It is understandable that all of the internet will fall on the head of America's most famous athlete and, an American sports internet pioneer in terms of following. Parents make mistakes all the time. It's a fairly regular thing. Being the son of LeBron James in basketball seems like something that would be hard to overcome for any child. Also for a father who wants good things for their child, but also doesn't want to cause things that damage their child. Bronny, evidently, from what people are saying, isn't all that good by pro prospect standards.
Right.
He has fallen off some mock draft boards because he probably will have to wait till 2025 to be pro ready. LeBron is talking now. The reports are that LeBron wants a 3-year, 9-figure contract. So that somebody's going to pay LeBron James if he wants 3 years at tens of millions of dollars a year. They're going to pay for whatever the LeBron James circus is in his 40s when he wants to play with his son. I understand every criticism of LeBron James. I understand LeBron wanting to play with his son. I also understand LeBron not having any idea how to parent this publicly. Like, how many mistakes did you make with some of your anyone listening to this?
I made a ton of
mistakes,
mistakes,
with your first child,
yes.
with a child. But this set of circumstances where you want to do the best thing for your kid, ensure his future, have him separate and apart from your name when he's going to have... Man, do you think it's hard to be Marcus Jordan? Do you think it's hard to be Michael Jordan's kid?
Yeah, but Dan, the point is, yes, I made a lot of mistakes. My wife, we made mistakes. We didn't blame others. What LeBron is doing is blaming guys who are coming up with mock NBA drafts and coming up with where Bronny's going to fall in said mock NBA drafts. It's not their fault that Bronny's life is difficult.
He's
it's
also,
not.
like, he's not running a family business, right? Like, this isn't a paint store that you can hand off to your kid. Like, this is the NBA. You either are good enough or you're not. So, he could be it obviously is not easy being the son of one of the greatest basketball players of all time, right? But him talking his son up as being a great prospect, like, you'll find out if he is or he isn't based on his abilities. And it's no swipe on him. Like, he just is the basketball player that he is.
Jessica, are you over under 4 sneezes a day?
Oh my God, way over.
Sorry.
I agree with your point though. Like, parenting's really hard, and if you're a public figure, there's probably things that you would want to take back. All of my dog's IP now belongs to David Sampson. I would have changed that if I could go back.
LeBron just didn't read the room on, okay, I'm the best basketball player of all time. This is going to be so much pressure on this kid. If I don't say a word, there's already pressure on him.
He's the second best of all time.
I'm not. You're just saying it was a mistake. What am I asking for? He needs to come out and apologize for his mistake. I don't know what I want here, but he just clearly added to the pressure on his kid, and now he's getting mad at the media for stuff that he made more than it needed.
Understood, and I understand why it is that everyone likes to blame LeBron and want him to be more accountable at every turn. But any of you, as a parent, if you would have made a child that a mistake that harmed your child, would you then sit it out after that, or would you try to protect your child? Because I think it's a pretty strong instinct. If your child already has the pressure of you, You've added to the pressure. He's had heart trouble, and now you have to turn on the television and watch your kid get devoured for not being as great at basketball.
He's not getting devoured. His stock is falling like any other basketball player.
I know, but what the judgment on Bronny is, the expectations, because he's your son, arrive in an unreasonable place. You make them worse, even though your life path had you being able to handle all of this at that age in an unprecedented fashion. And now you realize, as the father, oh, my son might not be me. And some of the things that I want as a father, and not just a father, Stugotz, but a father who's living the life LeBron James has lived it for 20 years, where everything is catered to you at every turn. Feeding your selfishness, supporting your selfishness, pulling you away from your kids at every turn because your life is the thing that matters the most to every human being who enters your orbit. I'd have a hard time raising a child under those circumstances and always doing the right public things. That LeBron James has spent 20 years of what has been his public life since 16 navigating this slalom course.
It's amazing.
Well, publicly,
Yes.
and now asking him also do it perfectly on behalf of your son as a father. It's just a tough ask. He's going to make some mistakes.
But I think we all agree that it's a difficult ask of LeBron James. I think we all realize we would make similar mistakes to LeBron James, the ones that he is making. But don't blame a guy who's putting up a mock draft. I mean, your son should be treated like any other basketball player.
But how do you?
In fact, he probably gets perks because he's LeBron's son.
All fair. Now the question is, you're the dad who's made the mistake. How do you fix it? How do you fix it? Publicly, privately, how do you fix it?
What's the mistake? What are we trying to? I don't understand.
Of adding the pressure, making LeBron James' son already had pressure to be great, but when LeBron James notarizes, this guy's already better than NBA players.
Yeah, but I think most reasonable people are like, this is just a parent viewing their kid in an unrealistic light. I don't think people are actually like, oh my God, he's not as good as LeBron said, let me slide him down on the mock drafts. They're just putting him where he is. They're not being mean to him.
Totally fine with that. LeBron thinking that his kid is a lot better than most people do, that's fine. I mean, that's natural.
Most
And
of
on
our parents do that.
On LeBron's
Except
kids'
mine.
teams, I'm sure
They think I'm a lot worse.
he was the best player on most of those teams. And like, how many other high school games is LeBron watching? So he's the best player LeBron has seen, but that doesn't mean he's the best player out there.
If I'm LeBron, I think we go back to the AI thing. We harness the power of artificial intelligence. We put out clips of Bronny doing things that he's not actually doing, but we pretend that it's actually him. We get him drafted. If I'm LeBron, that's how I'm using
That's what he
my
should
fame.
be doing.
If
Yeah.
I'm LeBron, I start doing mock drafts, and I put Bronny number 1 in every mock draft. I did.
Yeah, influencer.
Yeah.
You're LeBron.
Put him number. You got to put him number 3 though. You put him number 1. It's like, oh, what's
Sell
he
it.
That's
doing?
the
Yeah,
thing.
just to
It's like
sell
the
it,
price
right?
is right. This guy. It's like you can't guess it on the dot. You can't
Exactly
be
right.
putting out AI combine videos that are super impressive. They have to be like reasonably impressive.